Okay, this is lesson 4 for English this week. Okay, so this picture was taken from the start of the book before the magic show had actually started. So I just want us to have a little look at how we can tell the audience are engaged in the magic show. How can we tell that they're interested in evidence from the picture itself? Okay, so we just want you to pause the video now and have a little think about it, and then when you're ready you can unpause it and then we'll discuss it. Okay, well, first of all, they're all looking, aren't they? Okay, if you look at their eyes are wide open, particularly here, little Mo, she looks like amazed by what she can see. Okay, if we look at the back here, obviously some images are clearer than others, as we can see that their faces are lit up, which is quite clever of the author to light the main characters up, but because they're closer to the front, to the light, whereas because the rest of the tent would have been in darkness, these guys would have been in darkness. But this lady here is holding a baby, and I don't know if any of you have got babies, brothers, sisters, or cousins that you've been around when you've been at home. Not very often we see a baby sitting so quietly, is it? So obviously whatever's on is distracting the child and making them feel like they want to engage in what's going on, which is really good. But everyone's looking, everyone's almost in awe of what's going on, shocked by what's going on. They all seem quite amazed by looking at their faces. Okay, so we're going to continue reading now. So just before I go on, last lesson you wrote your own version of what would happen when Leon went into the box. So we are now going to find out what exactly happened. So it'll be interesting to see if any of you had predicted or used any of the ideas that actually were in the book for your own missing scene. Okay, so inside the box was not a box. It was a world of doorways to somewhere else. Leon fell down, 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 until he tumbled onto a carpet. Hello, said a boy in blue pantaloon trousers. Okay, so they're like the types of trousers they are. They're almost like baggy around the upper part of the leg, and then they'd go straight. Where am I? Asked Leon. This is the place between, said the boy. Between what? Between there and back again. This is the place where magic sends you. Okay, so before he was getting to that point, we know that he was falling, he'd fallen. It's got a world of magic and doorways, and you can see that there's a dove there. Here's another image of the things that he could see. Okay, so it's where the magic happens. So some things that we've got here, there is almost like some sort of genie or figure here. We've got this looks more like an acrobatic person. Got some cards and things that you might see. Little magician. Looks like a unicorn. So anything that's magical and mystical. Will you show me? Asked Leon. The boy smiled. Hold on tight. He gave the carpet a tug. With a swoop, off they flew. Everything that disappeared by magic appeared in the place between. It's interesting that I just want to draw your attention to that. So everything that disappeared by magic. So if you've been to Magic Tree before and we've got rid of like doves or different things, rabbits, everything that had disappeared by magic had appeared in this place between. This must be like the holding area before they come back. Cards and doves fluttered in the lantern light. Coins and rings spun past, flashed, and were gone. Ropes, cups, and balls danced in the perfumed air. A magician's assistant stepped out of nowhere as another vanished in the blink of an eye. It was a world of astonishment, a world of the unexpected. It was alive with magic. The carpet came to rest. Do you live here? Asked Leon, his eyes huge with wonder. No, said the boy, but my father is a great magician. He makes me disappear every night. If I help him, he will teach me magic. Then Leon felt something wriggling behind him. A white rabbit climbed gently onto Leon's lap and nestled in his arms. The boy stroked her ears. She is always here, he said sadly. She was never called back. I've got an image there of the boy and Leon with the rabbit. Why do you think she wasn't called back? Maybe it was a magic trick that went wrong. And we're moving through again. He's obviously quite confident in this area, isn't he? Doing little somersaults in the air. Leon hugged the lonely rabbit and gazed around the place between, enchanted and amazed. Suddenly, the boy began to float away. My father is calling, he said. It is time to go. Leon waved goodbye. Goodbye, he cried. I'll never forget. Then, from far away, he heard an echo of his own name. Leon, come back to us. Leon, return. Leon felt the magic lift him off the ground and back into the darkness. Okay, if we look here again, like before when he was fallen and Abdul Kazam was peering through, he's peering through again as that's what's signaling him to come back. Okay, so why do you think the author chose to repeat the word down, down? Okay, so we'll just go back to have a little look at that. It was right at the start. Yeah, so somewhere else. Leon fell down, down, down until he tumbled onto a carpet. Well, it's a bit like when I said to you how I use the word further and further the other day. By using that down, 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 it emphasises the fact that that's how where he travelled, and the fact that he travelled quite a distance, and emphasises the fact that he was falling down, down. What does the word tumbled mean? What does this tell us about how he came to be on the top carpet? Well, I stole this word, didn't I, and used this in my writing. Describes how he landed on the carpet. It wasn't elegantly, it was a sudden jolt. It was quite clumsily, wasn't it? So what does the author mean by perfumed air? Okay. Well, when we think about perfume, it's a smell, it's a scent. And if we think about what you could smell, if it was perfumed, it would be quite a nice, maybe a sweet smell, floral smell, something that was pleasant. So when it says perfumed, it did have a smell. There was some sort of smell in the air. Who do you think the boy's father is? This is the golden question, isn't it? Who do you think it is? Have a think for a minute. I hope you're all shouting at me what you think it is. Okay, and it is the great Abdul Kazam. How do we know that? Well, we get a little insight because he first of all says that his father sends him there every night, and he knows that if he does that, he'll help him with his magic. It's almost like he's practicing. But also it says, I have to get my father shouting me. So he knows that Leon's being shouted. Okay, so look at the picture of Leon flying back, and what do you notice? This is Leon. It's very different to the way he came in. He was falling, wasn't he? In this way, he's actually seems like he's sort of like flying, almost swimming towards Abdul Kazam. But if we just look here, there's a little white thing attached to Leon. Does anybody know what that could be? Yeah, it is the rabbit. Okay, why do you think Leon has chosen to take the rabbit with him? Okay, he said he's very lonely. He'd always been left there, so it's almost like Leon had taken him under his wing, hadn't he? Okay, now what you're going to do today is you are going to be answering some questions about the text. Make sure that when you are answering your questions very, very clearly, starting with a capital letter and full stop. And just because it's not a piece of writing, you are writing, it's not a piece of your own creative writing, you should still be making sure your handwriting is beautifully joined and nice and clear for us to be able to read it. Okay,